All right. Hello. My name is Vixen, and this is the story of Dr. Kirifuji, or as I have so generously titled it, The Witch's Eyes. Chapter 1, Womb. The ocean. One of countless wondrous things Yuki dreamed to see. It was so vast and serene, like the cosmos above. Yet compared to the vacuum of space, the ocean held countless life forms. One such life form appeared by her soaking feet. It resided in a cone shell dotted with black spots. She reached for it, but before she could touch it, she was pulled away. Yuki, hold on, that's venomous! Oh, sorry. It just looks so pretty. Yeah, but it's venomous. So just admire it from afar, okay? I don't want you to get stung. Of course. Sorry. It's okay. You didn't know. Wow. Her love, Veshness, so strong and beautiful, compared to all of Futurum's natural beauty, it was but a fraction of Veshness's beauty. Overcome with love, Yuki held up her hand to caress Veshness's cheek. Her beloved had grown so much since they met that Veshness had to lean down to kiss her. Her lips were so soft and frigid cold, despite the sweat on Yuki's brow. She opened her eyes to see the mighty Veshness collapsed in the snow. In Yuki's hand was a blood-stained syringe. This isn't what she wanted. She never wanted this. All she wanted was Veshness. So why? Why did this have to happen? Yuki jolted awake from her nightmare. She cursed herself for falling asleep without taking her medication. Embarrassingly, she had drooled on her notes. Yuki stretched. She dug into her blouse and pulled out her cylindrical pendant. The light of her desk lamp shined onto the stainless steel. She stared at it intently. She heard footsteps. Yuki tucked her pendant back into hiding, just in time as the owner of the footsteps entered the lab. It was the red-headed morning bird herself. Yuki, 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 pulling in another all-nighter. I swear, you're going to die at like age 60 if you keep this up. I was going to take this coffee for myself, but you clearly need it more than me. Good morning, Shibata. Oh, please, we're besties. Just call me Rurika. Yes. Ooh, what's this? Ah, Before Yuki could stop her, Rurika had pulled her notes away from her. Ooh, oh, is this the backstory for your subject? Let me see. Oh, I see. A child born with a rare blood condition and hypersensitivity. Because of that, he often spends time in the hospital, but it's okay because he has a loving family, like his parents and his sibling. Oh, that's so cute. I love this. This is amazing. Yuki, ah, honestly, the others could learn a thing or two. I swear, all of these backstories are so on the nose. They just think that, oh, since we're making soldiers, we have to make their backstories really messed up and crazy. I mean, have you seen the backstories they have on the sacrificial unit? Craziness. Mm-hmm. Honestly, I think the best ingredient for an amazing soldier is love. You know, that's all you really need. A life filled with love. Mm-hmm. All right. I see. Yuki snatched back her notes and organized her desk, refusing to give the pest an answer. Ah, I hope my subject is a boy. Boys are much easier to train. Mm-hmm. Yet again, Rurika was running her mouth as if Yuki cared. It's no wonder she never got married with a personality as annoying as hers. Eventually, she'd give up and go bother someone else. Oh, by the way, your husband was looking for you. I'll talk to him later. Sure. Honestly, you should have married someone in the project. I would have married you. Kidding. Oh, you're so cold. No wonder your name's Yuki. Before Rurika could chatter even more, the other scientists filtered into the lab. Rurika took the hint and finally left to do her actual job. For an hour, all was silent as they each wrote up the planned backstories for their future subject. Later that day, they would all be summoned to the meeting room. There, it was announced that they acquired a futurin that possessed cryptoglobin. Soon, they take DNA samples and initiate the next phase in the plan to take Futurum. And then suddenly, all seemed normal until the leader of the project turned to to Yuki and Rurika. Thank you, Dr. Shibata and Dr. Kirafuji, for your contributions to the project. Oh, it's no big deal. I'm more than happy to contribute. It's the least I can do as a woman. It's for the sake of humanity. It really wasn't that big a deal. It was just genetic material. Eventually, the meeting and subsequently work was over. Now Yuki was free to walk away from the creepy admiration of her fellow scientists and back to her apartment. The walk was torture. She always hated it. Not because it was challenging, far from it. It was easy. The temperature was always 73 degrees, always clear, always illuminated, always flat. Every tree was curated, every light on the ceiling was bright, every passer-by was content and ignorant. She hated all of it. She wished she was back on Futurum, back where she could tear her shoes up on the varied terrain, back where she could sweat in the heat of the sun, back where she could swim just her and. Finally, Yuki made it to the apartment. Her husband Ren was still in his nurse scrub, and yet he was cooking for her. She didn't deserve him. She never deserved him. Welcome home, Yuki! How was work? Long. Clearly, if you pulled another all nighter. I didn't mean to. It's okay. Sacrifices have to be made if we're gonna beat world death. Yes, but I'm sorry I didn't tell you. I figured. That's why I'm making you yakisoba tonight. You need the protein. Nurse's orders. Thank you, Ren. Ren smiled as he proceeded to keep cooking. Now was the time to tell him. She placed a hand on her stomach, contemplating. I've been thinking, and I want to have a child with you. Are are you sure? Because I it's okay. I don't need kids. I mean, you have a full-time job. I mean, I'm a nurse. Like it really doesn't matter. I'm really happy as we are now. I don't want to pressure you or anything like that. No, you're not pressuring me. I think it would be nice to have a child together. Are you sure? Cause like you really don't have to have one. It really doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. It's okay. No, this is what I want. Is it what you want? Ren's anxious face melted into a big smile. Without thinking, he tried to lift Yuki up to twirl her around. Alas, he was too weak. He could only lift her up by an inch. Oh, Yuki! We're gonna have a kid! Oh my gosh, this is gonna be great! Oh, I love you so much, Yuki. I love you too. Yuki held him close and felt his warmth. So warm. It is for this warmth alone that she married him. Months later, Yuki worked in the lab. She looked at the fetus growing inside its tube. Some would call it hideous, others might think it was cute. Yuki felt nothing. She couldn't feel anything. She was a frigid void. Why did they have to be sapphire? Why? Can't its eyes change? Yuki placed a hand on her extended stomach. To think this thing was growing inside her. She placed her free hand on the glass. The fetus's eyes were wide open, but they could not see her. Um, Dr. Kirafuji? Yuki turned to see her assistant, Dr. Haruki. Are you okay? Oh, yes, I'm fine, Haruki, but thank you. No worries. Did you decide on a name yet? Rurika suggested I name him Aito. I thought it was a girl. Oh, right, yes, we decided to name her Nozomi. It wasn't we. It was just Ren. Honestly, she hated the name. But she didn't have the energy to say no. Not when he looked so joyous and warm. A month later, Yuki laid in bed, waiting for the doctor. She hated being here again, hated feeling that familiar pit in her throat, part of her expecting to be interrogated once more. Thankfully, they never caught on to her true culpability. She was just a scared, weak little girl to them. Yuki felt a familiar warmth around her hand. There beside her, just like before, was Ren. He smiled wide with those gentle violet eyes. It's going to be okay. That's why we're doing a C-section. Because it'll make sure that you and Nozomi are safe. Yes. Thank you, Ren. Thank you for always being by my side. Always and forever, my love. Shortly thereafter, the doctor came in, ready to take her to the operating room. There, they cut it out of her body. Finally. Nozomi was cold and wet. A mother should feel happy. A mother should feel proud. Yuki wasn't a mother. She just chose to be an incubator for a time. She's perfect. Oh, yes. Ren, I'm feeling tired. Could you hold her? Of course, you've been through a lot today. Yuki handed the little creature over to her father, and it seemed like even at such a young age she recognized how much warmer he was in comparison. Ren would take good care of her. Ren would love her with all his heart, and she would in turn love him with all her heart. Good. One less thing Yuki needed to worry about. Chapter 2. Throat. 5 years came and went without much fanfare. Technically, Yuki was a mother now, but she left all of the parental duties to Ren. He enjoyed becoming a stay-at-home dad. Nozomi loved her father more than anything, yet, for whatever reason, she still bothered Yuki for attention. Yuki held in her annoyance, reminding herself that one day she'd learn and grow up. Yuki walked into the lab, her exhaustion clear as day. The other scientists and their assistants didn't pay her any mind. She checked on her subject. Subject 4 was growing well. She injected him with a memory of him and Nozomi looking at pictures of Earth together. Morning, Yuki! Good morning. How's your little Aito doing today? Subject 4 is fine. My assistant will be tending to him later for routine cleaning. All right, that's today. Darn, my assistant is sick. Could you help me, please? I'll buy you lunch. Yuki knew she didn't have a choice. Rurika was obsessed with her, most likely because she was the only other woman with a subject. Sure, there were other women on the project, but they were in less coveted fields, more assistants than doctors. Oh, who's a cute little boy? You are. You're just the cutest, aren't you, Takumi? Ooh, who's a good boy? Careful you don't wake him up. Oh, please. He's so fast asleep, I could just pinch off his little cheeks and he wouldn't notice. Oh, who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? Ugh. Aw, I wish our boys could have memories together. Like those twin subjects. We're still not sure if those subjects will even work. Had the original two subjects not expired, they wouldn't be trying something so experimental. God, that was so sad. Just seeing them die without ever truly living. Those poor little things. Any experiment is bound to have failures. It's just an inevitable part of science. I suppose. On a lighter note, how's little Nozomi doing? Does she still play with the stuffed dog I got her? She's doing well. Nothing abnormal. The dog is her favorite toy, so thank you for that. Yes, I knew it! Ah, so happy she's doing well. I mean, I'm not surprised. You picked a great husband. You don't see many stay at home dads these days. Mm hmm. You better be careful though. Toddlers can get pretty rowdy, but before you know it, they'll be moody teenagers. Or so they say. Ren can handle it. I'm sure. They spent the next 10 minutes cleaning Rurika's subject. During that time, Rurika continued to blabber on. Yuki had just learned to tune it out and nod her head. She did the same with Nozomi. After a long day of work, Yuki arrived back home. As always, she was greeted with a wonderful scent and the warm embrace of her husband. Nozomi also squeezed in. Great timing. I was just about to head to the store. I forgot something earlier. Do you need anything? I'm fine. Thank you, though. All right. Ready to go, Zozo? Can can I stay home, please? Yeah, maybe. Is that okay with you, Yuki? It wasn't. She was exhausted. The last thing she needed was to be bothered. Then again, Ren was a quick shopper. It's fine. All right, that's the clear. You girls behave yourselves. Ren kissed Yuki on the lips, then kissed Nozomi on the head before he left. As soon as the door closed, Nozomi looked up to Yuki expectantly. I made you something today. Oh, I see. Mommy's tired. She needs to go take a bath. Oh, okay. Can we take a bath together? No. I mean, why don't you just go play and then I can see what it is after, okay? Okay. As Yuki washed herself, she made sure to avoid looking at her throat. Her body had grown and healed, yet some things would never disappear. No matter how much medication she took, memories as well wouldn't disappear. She knew as soon as she laid back in the bath and foolishly closed her eyes. That beautiful lake. Her first kiss. Yuki opened her eyes. It was in the past. There was nothing she could do to return to that time. Yuki walked into the family room. Nozomi swiftly ran towards her, smiling wide. Ren still wasn't home. Now can I show you what I made? Sure. Nozomi shared a drawing she made of three stick figures holding limbs. They were surrounded by what appeared to be flowers and a red dog. Thank you, Nozomi. It's beautiful. We should hang it on the fridge. Can you take it with you? Sure. Eureka would think it's adorable, and it was, objectively speaking. Anything from a child was inherently cute. Um, so, um, could, could you come to Parents' Day in this Friday, please? Yuki, Nozomi, I can't. Mommy has work. But, it would just be for an afternoon. You could see everything. Nozomi, I can't. Well, why? Because it's my job. Why? It just is. I need to work so you and Daddy are taken care of. If I didn't, Daddy would have to work too. But why that job? Because I help people. Why? I have to. Why? Because it's the right thing to do. But why not me? No matter what answers Yuki gave, Nozomi would keep questioning her. With each question, Nozomi's face grew redder and redder. When Mommy goes to work, she's not just helping a few people. Mommy is responsible for all people in the TRC. It's my work that protects everyone. From what? Scary things. Things you don't want to know about. They are outside the TRC, so you and everyone else don't need to know. I want to know! Trust me, you don't. You're too young. Tell me! No. Tell me! No! Tell me! Tell me! Tell me! Nozomi Kirafuji, stop it! Nozomi didn't flinch. She scrunched her red face, staring daggers into Yuki. How did Ren raise such a stubborn child? Why wasn't he home already? Please, Mommy, tell me! I won't be scared! You have to promise me. You have to promise me you won't tell anyone, not even Daddy. It's a secret, just between you and me. This is very serious. I mean it. I won't tell. Promise me. I promise! Yuki could tell by the serious look in Nozomi's eyes. She understood. She was a stubborn girl, but she was ultimately obedient. That's how her father raised her. Yuki sat down on the couch and beckoned Nozomi to her. The little girl walked to her. Yuki lifted Nozomi up onto her lap. Humanity didn't always live in the Tokyo residential complex. You know this, right? Yes, we used to live outside, with the sky. Yes, humanity did a long time ago. But do you know why we moved to the TRC? It's because the Earth didn't want us anymore. What? Why? The Earth has a soul, but one day she decided she didn't want to live anymore. As a result, humanity was hit with natural disaster after natural disaster. What's a natural disaster? It's something we can't control. Like, if so much water fell from above, it flooded the streets and houses. Zomi clung to Yuki. It's okay. That will never happen as long as I work. That's what my work is about. It's my job to make sure we can safely reclaim the earth. That way, you can live on the surface and see the sky. But it's nice here. We've made the best of the situation, but the TRC is still on the earth and deep underground. Can we get off the earth? We can't. We have to reclaim the earth from world death. If we don't, humanity will go extinct. Extinct? It means everyone will die. Nozomi buried her head in Yuki's chest as she continued. Nozomi held on to her for dear life. It's okay. You don't have to be afraid. I promise that I have dedicated my entire life to finding a way to beat world death. That way, we'll no longer have to live in fear, even if nobody knows it. There are so many beautiful things I want you to see on the surface, Nozomi. In fact, there are things above as well. In fact, the sky, it changes all the time. And even when it's dark, it's filled with lights, tiny lights, called stars. I want you to see that, Nozomi. That's why I have to keep working, for the sake of you and humanity. Nozomi didn't respond. Of course she wouldn't. Even Ren cried back when Yuki first told him. Nozomi cried too. At first she tried to hide it, but the dam inevitably broke. Yuki rubbed her back. It's okay. I'll make sure it will be all okay. I know it's hard, but it needs to be done. Nozomi still wouldn't speak. Suddenly the door opened. Oh, sorry about that, girls. I tried looking for syrup, but they didn't have it, so I went to another store. They didn't have it. Oh, hey, Zozo, what's wrong? I told her I couldn't go to Parents' Day. Oh, oh, I'm sorry, Zozo, but Mom's busy with work. But, I'm still gonna be there. I can't wait to see all of your friends and everything you do at preschool. It'll be fun. Nozomi still didn't respond. Ren didn't seem hurt. Instead, he just patted her back. I'm gonna make. I'm gonna go make dinner. Yuki, can you take care of her? Yuki nodded. All right. Don't worry, Zozo. Just cry it out with Mommy, okay? And then I'll go make dinner. Or should I say, breakfast for dinner, your favorite. Ren, Ren headed to the kitchen. Yuki continued to sit and hold Nozomi. The last time Yuki held her this long, Nozomi was just a nursing infant. Dinner came and went without any word from Nozomi. Despite Ren's many attempts to make her smile, Nozomi remained forlorn. Eventually, Ren helped Nozomi get to bed. Yuki remained at the dinner table, reviewing some of her notes. Subject 4 was progressing well. All was going well. After Ren tucked Nozomi in bed, he returned. All seemed well until Yuki saw his face. Yuki, could you come down to the car with me? There was the subdued sharpness in his voice. His usual smile was gone. She followed him. He locked the door behind him. They entered the car together, but they didn't go anywhere. They just sat there. Yuki, did you tell Nozomi about world death? What? Did you? No. She told me you did. She was going to find out eventually. Mark! She's only 5 years old, Yuki! She was going to find out eventually. I. No. How could you do that? You didn't even warn me you were thinking about telling her. You lied to me. Why would you do that? I had no other choice. She suddenly left me. You suddenly left me alone with her, and she kept asking about my work and why I needed to do it instead of going to that event. No matter what I told her, she wouldn't drop it. I asked you, and you said it was fine. I would have taken Nozomi if you said no. What is your problem with her? She's your daughter. She loves you. She's stubborn, and she won't leave me alone when I have to work. Any kid would. You know that. It's not that big a deal. It is that big of a deal. Do you know how exhausting it is? I work every day, nights even, protecting the world from a threat most don't even know about. Everyone is relying on me to save them. Do you know how exhausting and stressful that is for me? I, Yuki, I understand it's a lot of pressure. You've been through a lot, but you can't force that same burden on your own daughter. You could barely handle it when you were a teenager. Do you think a toddler could take it any better? That's different. World death took everything from me. Zomi still has you to comfort and protect her. You're her parent too. I can't help her if you don't show her compassion. I do. No, it's not enough. She needs more. Now more than ever. I'll apologize to her, but I can't take time off from work. I just can't. Not until we're back on the surface. Okay. Do you know when that will be? Not for certain, but it should be before Nozomi is fully grown. I promised myself that. Fine, just please, when you have time to spare, share it with our daughter. I will. Yuki had successfully managed to de escalate the situation. Good. The last thing she needed was Ren turning against her. Then again, he couldn't hurt her, even if he wanted to. Not like she hurt her. Yuki felt her throat tighten. She tried to remain focused on the warmth of Ren's hand. Everything's okay. Everything's all right. She can't get me. She'd erase her mistake and reclaim the surface, just as she promised. Then she could finally be free beneath the vast sky. Chapter 3 Bones. 2 years passed. Ever since she learned about world death, Nozomi stopped asking Yuki to take a break from work. Yuki rewarded her acceptance with tales of the surface. Yuki described its natural beauty in full detail from her own memories, but she'd never say she was there. Nozomi listened wide-eyed, even more eager to see Yuki's mission succeed. Yuki never saw her look so proud before. Ren was much happier to see Yuki bond with his child. Sometime they'd even carpool together, first to Kamakura General Hospital for Yuki, and then to Nozomi's school. Nozomi was growing quickly, as was Subject 4. Yuki filled his memories with the same tales of the surface, just told through his illusionary sister. If all went well, then Nozomi would meet her half-brother on the surface. Ren would easily embrace him, even if he was a tool of war. For now, Yuki continued her work. Yet again, she managed to work overnight and fall asleep in the lab. When she woke up, she diligently injected more memories of her design into Subject 4. Another subject had recently expired, yet Subject 4 was still perfectly healthy. Of course, Rurika's precious Subject 0 also survived. So Yuki was yet again stuck hearing her ramble. Thought about getting him a dog, but TRC restrictions. Speaking of dogs, did you know they used dogs as weapons in World War II? Yeah, the Sophiids would strap bombs on the dogs, then order them to run under tanks. Their masters would hit the detonator, then boom! Bye bye tank, but also bye bye doggy. Isn't that sad? But honestly, really efficient. Yuki just tried to tune her out, as usual, and focused on subject 4. 7 years in and out of a hospital was difficult, but it was necessary for his development. Suddenly, the sirens blared. Yuki didn't stop to question what the announcement was for. Sure, there were drills before, but this was different. The staff would have to sit by the wall as part of the protocol. Suddenly, she felt a feminine hand on hers. Ah! Stop! Oh, sorry, you just seem tense. Don't ever touch me again. Sorry. Do you think they finally did it and they're gonna get us? What? The enemy? No. I mean, it could be the enemy managed to actually fire something at us, but we should be fine. They could never make a weapon as advanced as anything we got. Rurika was right. Futurans prided themselves on only using cryptoglobin to peacefully solve their conflicts. Nothing they could build would ever be able to leave the atmosphere. She can't get me. She can't get me. She can't get me. She can't get me, Yuki repeated in her mind. The sirens passed, and everyone checked in with their friends and family. However, Ren didn't respond. Yuki called Nozomi's school, only to find out she hadn't shown up. Okay, now I know something's wrong. I can handle it myself. No, I'm coming with you. Let's go. Yuki knew she couldn't do anything to stop Rurika. She couldn't waste time arguing either, so she allowed her to join her. The first place they had to look was the apartment. No sign of them there. The car was gone, so they had to have been driving. It's gonna be okay. We'll find them. Yuki didn't even bother to answer her. She just moved forward, past the apartments, the cars, the ignorant masses. She found it. Her heart stopped. There, on the side of the road, halfway to Nozomi's school, was Ren's car, flipped over and mangled, but no one inside. Yuki ran forward to the police surrounding the accident. They told her the 2 passengers had been taken to Kamakura Hospital, so she rushed back. Back at the hospital, Yuki stormed into the ER. Rurika somehow still managed to keep up with her. Oh, Miss Kirafuji, we were just about to call you. Where are they? Nozomi is undergoing surgery, but she should be fine. I'm afraid your husband died on impact. The world that was rushing a mile a minute just a second ago suddenly stopped dead in its tracks. Ren was gone. Had Yuki stayed, she might have been able to see him one last time, but she didn't. There was nothing she could do. His warmth was gone. Forever. So why? Why now was she mad at him? Why did he have to die on her? What was she supposed to do with Nozomi? Without asking, Rurika embraced Yuki. Normally, she would have pushed her away. Yet, Yuki was so cold. She needed the warmth of another woman. It was so shameful. Her husband was dead. And yet, she could only think back to that time before she met him. Back when she was with the only person she ever truly loved with all her heart. Hours passed. Rika stayed with Yuki in the waiting room the whole time. She'd bring her food, try to drum up conversation. Yuki still wouldn't budge. Eventually, the surgery was complete, and the doctors moved Nozomi into a room to recover. It would take time for the anesthesia to wear off, time for Yuki to decide how she would break the news. Rurika would try to stay with them, but Yuki ordered her to go home. For once, Rurika actually listened without further argument. Yuki looked down at Nozomi, wrapped in bandages, broken bones. God. The doctor said Nozomi was unconscious by the time the ambulance had come to the scene. Had Nozomi seen death? Suddenly, Yuki was hit with a memory she long since repressed. That smell. The horrible, sickening smell. Corpses of people she once knew scattered around the ruins of her home. No one else there to bury and mourn them. Just her alone on a frigid mountain for 2 whole days. Yuki had to suppress the memory, but Ren's warmth had vanished forever. All she had left was in this hospital. Yuki looked down at Nozomi and held her hand. Of course, yes, she was her father's child, so it only made sense she inherited his warmth. Thank God for that. A few more hours passed in silence. Yuki never let go of Nozomi's hand. Then Nozomi began to stir. Her eyes were shut tight, but she began to whimper. It's okay, Nozomi. I'm here. I'm here. Mommy's here. Hurts. I know, but it's okay. You're safe. You're safe. Nozomi opened her eyes and jolted up in her bed before wincing and crying in more pain. Where's Daddy? What happened to Daddy? Yuki caressed Nozomi's cheek. I'm sorry, Nozomi, but Daddy's gone to heaven. No! I'm sorry. No, no, no! 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 It's okay. I'm right here. No! I want Daddy! I want Daddy! Yuki just said whatever she could to calm Nozomi down. Yet while Nozomi screamed, cried, and squirmed, Yuki remained eerily calm. It was just her nature. Nozomi's voice left her as her face flushed with red. All the energy she had to fight evaporated, but her tears didn't stop, even when Yuki laid her back down to sleep. In the dead of night, when Yuki was sure Nozomi wouldn't wake, she left. She headed past a few nurses who didn't bother her, then to that all too familiar door. She didn't care to turn on the switch. Those tiny lights were enough when the door closed behind her. She was practically going off muscle memory until she reached her destination. Subject 4. If he were to survive, he would not be rewarded with the loving father he remembered. Yuki opened the pod. She wrapped her arms around his small frame and held him in her arms, close and tight. Even if he were to open his eyes miraculously, he would not see her. No one would see her. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Aito. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. It was only then did Yuki realize she couldn't let Aito go to war. She needed to get him out, not for herself, for Nozomi. They needed each other, now more than ever. Chapter 4 Scars. As soon as Yuki got back from the lab, she saw Nozomi tossing and turning in her sleep. Yuki held her hand and kissed her head. It's okay. It's all right. You're okay, Nozomi. I'm right here with you. Yuki's assistant could handle things while she was away. She had a year's worth of vacation days saved up. The quiet would help her formulate a plan to save Aito. The next morning, Nozomi opened her eyes to see Yuki was still by her side. She looked surprised, but also saddened that yesterday wasn't a horrible nightmare. Good morning. Um, morning. Yuki remained calm and supportive as they ate breakfast together. Once they were finished, Nozomi turned to Yuki. Don't you gotta go to work? I asked for time off until you're better. But you don't have to stay with me. You need to work for humanity. It'll be fine, dear. I'm not the only one working on the project. There's plenty of capable people who can work while I take a little break. But what if there's another natural disaster? There won't be. The odds are too low. Nozomi didn't seem convinced as she shuffled in her hospital bed. Here, I have something for you. Hmm? Carefully, Yuki handed a book to Nozomi. It was one she kept at her desk in the lab. As soon as Nozomi saw the battered cover, her eyes lit up. Where did you get this? My dad gave it to me when I was your age. Nozomi eagerly flipped through the book. It was a book depicting all the various biomes of Earth. Jungles, deserts, savannas, even the frozen Arctic. Wow. What's that thing? That's a polar bear. A polar bear? Yep. It's so fluffy and white. Well, you know, the thing about polar bears is that they look white, but underneath all that fur, there's actually black fur to help them insulate heat. That's how they can get around in the cold. How cold is it? Really cold. -3 degrees. Wow. I want to see a polar bear. They look so cute and fluffy. What do we want to see? A polar bear. Oh, well, you better be careful. I hear polar bears eat people. Yuki turned to see Rurika in the doorway, smiling as always. Oh, Rurika, what are you doing here? Well, I had time off for lunch and, I just wanted to see how you were doing. How are you doing, Nozomi? I'm doing good. Better. Oh, that's so good to hear. You're lucky. I have never seen your mom take a day off of work ever. Yes. Here, I got something for you, since I hear you like Earth so much. Marika handed Nozomi a present. Nozomi tore through the paper and opened it and looked inside, lifting out a DVD. Jurassic Park? I appreciate the gesture, but that movie isn't appropriate for her age. Oh, please. I watched it when I was 5 and I turned out fine. It's educational. All right. Well, now that I see that you're doing better, I'll leave you two alone. Have fun! Thank you for the gift, Miss Shibata. No need to be formal. Just call me Rurika. Have a lovely day, Rurika. Once the nuisance was finally gone, Yuki sighed with relief. I'm sorry, Nozomi, but this movie is too scary for you. That's okay. Will you look at this book with me and tell me about what's in it? Of course. A few days later, Nozomi would be discharged from the hospital. She was still too sore and weak to go back to school. Soon they'd have to hold a funeral for Ren. It needed to be done. Yuki would try her best to care for Nozomi. She wasn't Ren, but Nozomi never complained. Every meal she smiled ear to ear and thanked her. Yuki couldn't save Aito if she quit her job to focus on being a mother. They had to reclaim Futurum some other way, or they'd never be safe. One day, while Yuki unwrapped Nozomi's bandages, she noticed the girl was frowning. What's wrong, Nozomi? It's so ugly. What is? The scar. Sweetie, no, it's not ugly. It is, though. You know, I have scars too. You do? I'll show you. Carefully, Yuki lifted her blouse off, keeping her pendant on, but Nozomi's eyes were focused on Yuki's throat. There, deeply embedded in her flesh, were the scars of that night. Without thinking, Nozomi put her hand on Yuki's throat. Oh, did When I was a teenager, I also got into a car accident with my father. He died as well. But when I was in a hospital, your father happened to be my nurse. He took care of me, and we fell in love. I'm sorry. Don't be. It's in the past. But this is why I fight, Nozomi, so that you can have a good life. Then I'll fight too. For Daddy and for Grandpa. Nozomi hugged Yuki. Her embrace was filled with so much warmth. Yuki returned her hug. Good girl. Why don't we take a bath together? Really? Yep. I think it'd be nice. For the first time in forever, she wasn't alone in the water. Her heart didn't ache with nostalgia and regret. She was happy in the moment with her daughter. Once Nozomi was better, she returned to school, and Yuki returned to her work. That morning, Yuki sat with Nozomi. She could tell she was anxious. Here, Nozomi, I know today's going to be difficult, so give me your hands. Okay. All right. Yuki held Nozomi's hands firm. Repeat after me. It's okay. It's all right. It's okay. It's all right. Good. So whenever you feel lonely or sad, just say that, okay? It'll make you feel better. I know I have to be away for my work, but that doesn't mean I don't love you, okay? Okay. Nozomi was anxious in the car, but repeating Yuki's words calmed her down. Yuki dropped her off, then headed for the hospital. There, Haruki greeted her and gave her the notes on Aito. Everything was in order. Yuki looked down at Aito sleeping in his pod. He almost seemed to be smiling. Thank you so much for taking care of Subject 4 while I was away. Of course, your notes were very thorough, so it was quite easy to do. Yes. Say, Haruki, do you remember the cryptoglobin transfusion project? That? That was a long time ago. I remember reading about it and all the subjects died. Yes, but I've been thinking, we have learned so much about cryptoglobin now, and perhaps there is a way that we can transfuse cryptoglobin safely into humans. But we have the subjects. I know, but I feel like we should have a backup plan, just a precaution. Wouldn't it be better to have fully grown adults on the battlefield that are already trained in military combat? I guess, but what are you saying? If I were to lead that project, would you take care of Subject 4 in my place? I don't know. I mean, please. Yes, I will. Thank you. Thank you very much, Dr. Haruki. Now that Haruki had agreed, she just needed the approval of upper management. Emotions meant nothing to them, but statistics spoke. Upper management was naturally surprised and doubtful of her proposal, but she managed to get her research approved. However, she would no longer be able to access the hybrid project, no longer able to see Aito. It was a sacrifice she was willing to make for Nozomi and for Aito. Now all she had to do was pack up her desk and move labs. Of course, word traveled fast. What's this I'm hearing? That you're leaving the project? Oh, yes. Sorry, Rurika. Yes, I'm transferring and I'm heading the Cryptoglobin Transfusion Project again. Why, though? Well, I just think that we need to be precautious and make sure that we have a backup plan if this one doesn't work. I understand that, but why you? Because nobody else is going to do it. Are you really okay? Just leaving your son with another man? Subject 4 is not my son. I just gave him my DNA. And yes, that was used to create him, but I am not his mother. But you take care of him. The mother he knows in his memories is based off of you. Based off, not one to one. I really thought you were different. I thought you could understand. You're just like all the other men. Mhm. Will we at least get to see each other? No, I'm going to be busy. Oh, okay. Well, good luck with your project, Dr. Kirafuji. Chapter 5. Blood. The original transfusion project failed because the cryptoglobin came from pure futurans. If Yuki used cryptoglobin from the half-human, half-futuran subjects, that could be more compatible. In the previous experiment, the cryptoglobin was injected into animals before humans. It had no effect and was quickly destroyed by the animal's natural immune system. As soon as the cryptoglobin was injected into human subjects, they were poisoned. Yet, unlike venom, the swelling and discoloration weren't just localized around the puncture wound. They injected cryptoglobin into sheep to harvest their antibodies and plasma. This anti-cryptoglobin worked initially, but would be overcome by the cryptoglobin and kill the subject. To avoid these fatal mistakes, Yuki would use pure cryptoglobin for the anti-cryptoglobin. This would make it extra effective against the weaker hybrid cryptoglobin. The first few tests did not show immediate problems. Yuki didn't even need to use the anti-cryptoglobin, as there were no signs of poisoning. However, symptoms appeared 3 days later. The anti-cryptoglobin did its job in neutralizing it, but as a result, the subject would lose what little cryptoglobin was in their veins. 3 years would pass with no progress in Yuki's cryptoglobin research. No matter how much she sacrificed, the cryptoglobin refused to permanently settle into a human body. Eventually, upper management cut off her funding and supply of hybrid cryptoglobin. She only had a few vials left, but no idea how she could use them. Despite 3 straight years of constant research, she had only really learned one thing: cryptoglobin was stubborn. Yuki returned home late that night, utterly exhausted. Her apartment felt so foreign to her now. Were there not another occupant, there would be no signs of life. Thinking of her, Yuki walked towards her room. Yuki found Nozomi was sound asleep in her bed, clutching her favorite stuffed dog. It wasn't fair. None of this was fair. She was so tired. Yuki slipped into bed with Nozomi and held her close. Nozomi didn't stir at all, still fast asleep, yet still radiating warmth. Yet no matter how warm Nozomi was, Yuki might as well have had a heart made of ice. She was so tired. Yuki tried to let go, to just be in the moment with her daughter once more. But her mind couldn't help to remember the other child she once embraced. Why did cryptoglobin have to be so stubborn? Why couldn't it work the way she wanted it to? Exhausted, Yuki closed her eyes. Only then, whilst feeling warmth, did it come to her. That beast, that monster, that took everything from her. What would have happened? What would have changed if Yuki never called her her knight in shining armor? Would that have changed the form of that monstrous transformation? It dawned on Yuki. Cryptoglobin was sentient. It poisoned humans because its original owners were hurt by them. Even the hybrid cryptoglobin poisoned out of this fear of not knowing what body they were inside of. There was only one cryptoglobin sample, just one, that had ever loved a human. It was right here with her. It was in Yuki's pendant, hanging over her heart for 16 years, yet somehow remaining as fresh as the day she collected it. Perhaps if Yuki injected this cryptoglobin into herself, it would accept and strengthen her. She collected it when its host loved her the most. She could take Aito's place in the war, possibly even kill that monster herself. Yuki didn't rush towards the lab, though. She just laid, with her arms wrapped tightly around Nozomi, her daughter, her blood. The next morning, Yuki arose from her own bed. She walked into the main room to see Nozomi preparing to make breakfast. Here, I can take over. Uh, oh, you're home. Yep. Here, Nozomi, why don't you go brush your hair and teeth, okay? Uh, okay. Yuki would attempt to make some rolled eggs. She'd give up and just make scrambled eggs instead. Nozomi came back and took one look at the mess on her plate and smiled widely at Yuki. Thank you, Mom. Of course. Once they were done eating, Yuki took a breath. What's wrong? It's my research. With the cryptoglobin? Yes. You see, I've been struggling for a while, but I finally reached it. I finally reached a stage, a very, very important stage in my research, but it could make or break the entire experiment, and unfortunately, I don't have any other subjects left that I think could do it. Do what? I found a way. I found a way that I'm pretty sure will make it so that there's no cryptoglobin poisoning. Really? That's great, Mom. But what are you gonna do? Well, Izomi, could you help me? You don't have to. It's completely your choice, but I think you would be perfect. I think you could really help. Would you be willing to help me in my research and take the cryptoglobin? Yes, of course, I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll definitely help you. Are you sure? It could be dangerous. That's fine. I mean, I know that you would I mean, if it's you, you would make sure that nothing bad happens. So, yeah, let's do it. Let's do it together, Mom. Let's save the world. Yes, good. Yuki smiled and caressed Nozomi's cheek. A part of Nozomi was shaking inside. This needed to be done. It would be fine. Good girl, Nozomi. I'm so proud of you. Yuki knew her lab assistants wouldn't approve, so she waited for the day they'd be off work. When it arrived, Yuki and Nozomi entered the lab, hand in hand, late into the night. Yuki explained the equipment they would be using. When the technical terms were too much for Nozomi to understand, Yuki would attempt to explain in simpler terms. For example, the magnetoencephalography headband could just be called a tiara. It would make Nozomi more comfortable with the equipment. Yuki started by helping Nozomi change into an ill-fitting hospital gown made for an adult. It's not like she would walk that much, and Yuki could easily roll up her sleeves. It's okay. It's all right. It's okay. It's all right. I'm going to go get the cryptoglobin. It will take me a few minutes. Stay right here and drink all your water. I will. Good girl. In the next room, Yuki opened the fridge and prepared a vial. She took off her pendant, held it close, and unscrewed the lid. Her nose was immediately hit with the scent of blood. She tried to ignore it and held the blood close to her lips. It had been so long since she spoke Futuran, and yet she remembered it perfectly. Veshness, my love, please accept my daughter. With those words, Yuki moved the blood into a vial. She returned to Nozomi, put on her gloves. It was just 10 milliliters of blood. That's all it was. Are you ready, Nozomi? I'm ready. Nozomi outstretched her arm. Yuki tied the tourniquet around. As Nozomi's veins came more into view, Yuki wiped the area with disinfectant. It's okay. It's all right. It's okay. It's all right. Yuki was so focused she couldn't recite the chant with her. The needle was in. This would work. Veshness's blood had to accept Nozomi. Even if she remembered Yuki's betrayal, that past Veshness would never hurt an innocent little girl. Yuki swiftly pushed the plunger forward. Just like that, the blood she carried for 16 years was gone. No, not gone. Moved. To her relief, Nozomi didn't suffer any immediate issues, already a key difference from the past experiment. As soon as Yuki bandaged the wound, she embraced Nozomi. Good girl. I'm so proud of you. How are you feeling? I'm okay. It was okay. Her theory was right. The monitors were all stable. Mom? What? I feel hot. No. It's okay. It'll pass. Okay? I'm right here with you. Remember? Yeah. It's okay. It's all right. 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 It's okay. It's okay. Calm down. Calm down. Mom, I can't breathe. Desperately, Nozomi looked up to Yuki for any form of relief. Her grip grew tighter on Yuki's hands. Tears streamed down her face. The monitors were beeping out of control. Nozomi's cries grew even raspier and choked. She freed her hands from Yuki's and clung to her arms for dear life. Yuki didn't break eye contact. I'm so sorry. No, no, it's okay. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. It's okay. Veshness's cryptoglobin wouldn't stop strangling Nozomi. Um, Suddenly, the monitor flatlined. Nozomi collapsed in Yuki's arms. Yuki knew what she had to do. She had to rush to find the defibrillator. Yet she didn't. Yuki held Nozomi closer, her eyes wet with tears. She shouted in Futuran, Veshnis, please! Please! Please don't kill my daughter! Please! Veshnis! Veshnis, please! No! Nozomi, no! 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 God, no! Why? Why was she such an idiot? Why did she do this? Why didn't she inject the damn blood into herself? Why did she do all this? Why didn't she just die that night? Please! No! 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 Please! I'm sorry! I'm sorry, Veshlis! Please! Please! I'm sorry! I'm sorry! I'm sorry! I'm sorry! I'm sorry! I'm sorry! Yuki apologized over and over again. She held Nozomi closer until she felt it. A couple beeps broke through her crying. Nozomi's heart was beating again. She was alive, but still unconscious. She would wake up soon enough. She had to. Mom. Yes, I'm here. I'm right here. I'm right here, Nozomi. You're okay. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Nozomi was okay. Despite being injected with pure cryptoglobin, Nozomi was okay.